On December 21st of last year, the storytime animation YouTuber illymation released a video called Perks of Being the Fat Kid. 2 months later, the anti-woke YouTube channel Think Before You Sleep responded to Illy's video, the video titled Fact Acceptance Cartoon. When one of her followers reached out on Tumblr to ask if she'd seen the video, Illy replied, and after expressing frustration about the harassment she received, she ended the post by asking her followers to report the video. In response to this one Tumblr post, Sean made a whole new video. Woke YouTuber is trying to deplatform me. Alright, are we all caught up now? Thanks, Noah, because I'm tired of summarizing this drama. That being said, welcome to Noah Samson Season 3. For those of you who are new to this, Noah and I go all the way back to last year, where he made multiple videos accusing me of lying to my audience, not pre-watching content when I react to a video, and he accused me of not doing proper research. After 3 videos of him doing this, I decided to take my responses out of the community tab, and release this video here giving multiple examples of him criticizing videos that he didn't actually watch, and using multiple studies in this video that he didn't actually read as evidence of his points, and finding that it was blatantly obvious that he didn't read any of the studies, because they directly contradicted the points that he was making in the video, like one sentence past the abstract. Noah responded to that video with this one here, where he basically lied to his audience by not mentioning that he didn't read the studies, and followed that up by using more studies that he wasn't transparent with his audience about not reading.
You gotta look in the damn mirror and check yourself, because you are guilty of everything that you accuse them of.
And now we're here. Noah is clearly still mad about getting caught red-handed lying to his audience, so now he's decided to insert himself into some drama between me and the animation storytime YouTuber who goes by illymation, as a chance to get a one-up on me in the face of
I sure hope this is going to be different than the other Halloween videos.
Or Alyssa was doxxed by people who are watching the drama in full. It's typically not my policy to bring up my doxing in the video, because I think all that does is signal this. But since Noah seems hell-bent on letting everyone know that Alyssa's information got leaked so he can get back at me for a fire incident, I wanted to start this video out by saying that I was sorry that she got doxxed when I initially heard it, and what those people did was wrong. Alyssa telling her followers to gaslight my channel was messed up, but personally I think doxing is worse and should be illegal. Hopefully she's safe and remains safe. That being said, just to make this clear for the people who didn't see my Twitter post, this is not another illymation video. We're done with that. Though Alyssa will be a part of the subject material because she's the topic of the discussion. This is primarily a Noah Samson video. Now in a situation like this, I typically would have just ignored the video because like I said, I took a further signal boost to dox. However, Noah has made claims against me that are so outlandish that I have to respond to them. Some people Noah fans might be aware that Noah
Why
actually
is
has
it
history of this
phasing
behavior, as a
through?
famously slandered Vox and Xanathol in a video that he made 2 years ago. Here's Von's
What
reaction to
happened
that.
I'm not joking when I say to all of you, with full sincerity, this is quite possibly the worst
I am Wendy,
takedown I've seen.
and my
I don't know what else
burgers
to
are
say. Now,
made
Noah
out of
Samson has been
void.
kind media, but sometimes kindness is just a way of placating people while you staff like that. If Noah has any
Along
spine, the
with
follow-up
the
video
top
he claims he's going to make will include a full retraction of essentially everything.
Now, I am not a Vosh fan. In fact, I really don't like him. However, after Noah made this video, I can see why Vosh got so mad. Noah was so slanderous in his accusations against me that the effects of it showed on defamation. But at the same time, some of the stuff he said in this video was so idiotic, for lack of a better word, that I can't tell if Noah is doing this up because of someone who's flying against my beliefs,
Yeah, no
or if
one's
he's doing this all by mistake because he's simply not good at formulating arguments. Now, I'm not sure if it matters that Noah's arguments are bad, because what Noah is actually pretty good at, like surprisingly good at, is influencing people to believe his points, whether they are correct or not. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about how Noah gets a bunch of things wrong because he doesn't know how to fact check. Let's talk about how he does literally every bad thing he accuses his opponents of. And let's talk about how he takes innocuous things and uses those to
Here we
villainize his
go.
opponents.
You gotta
Sorry,
call
Noah accuses me
Steven.
of mostly taking
Talk
things out of
for
context
5
and make it look bad.
minutes.
Oh, wait,
Here we
that's what
go.
In his reaction, for some reason, Noah puts up a bunch of shirtless photos of himself as a kid.
This is weird. I just weird. Sending you like pictures of himself as a kid. This is just weird. Okay, it's weird.
I'm not trying to attract Vosh fans, so I'll be swapping that viewer out with other pictures of Noah. Like this picture here of football Noah that I found on Google. Holy crap, is this even the same person? Yeah, that's his voice.
Here we go.
If you can look like that, why don't you style yourself like this? This is like the My Daughter before and after college me. I know that this is the most controversial point in my original video on animation, and I do maintain that I should have been more empathetic when it came to talking about specifically Alyssa's styling choices, which is something that I said in this community post. But can you guys see how much of a difference styling is? Anyway, that's canon. Sorry, but that's why I'm not using the creepy 9-year-old photos of Noah. By the way, one more caveat. Noah refers to me a lot on my first name in this video, which is much easier to say than my entire channel name. So when he says Sean, he's referring to me. Now back to the part where he says that I maliciously took Alyssa out of context to make her look bad. Here's me from a prior video. Now I have to do some investigating to find out what Alyssa's eating habits are. After scrolling down through her community tab, the only thing I was able to see her eating was ice cream. I want to talk about how we had to lie for a lot of these insults, like how the very next post on her community tab after the milkshake thing showed her holding the bag of bread. For one, she didn't eat that bread. Her pet did, so I went on a technicality. 2, bread is not healthy. Bread is a processed food. It's bad for you, and it's a lot of calories. I said that in the original video when I showed this image on screen. People who are trying to lose weight should not be eating bread. This is junk food, Noah. That's why I didn't use it as an example of how to eat. Yeah, she doesn't want to eat ice cream. Obviously, I didn't literally mean that because I showed her drinking soda. However, every social media post that I found of her for that video is her in front of a bunch of candy, or promoting processed junk food, or eating fried corn, or eating food that was made from a box. To further fact check this, for this video, I scrolled all the way down through her social media except for Tumblr. I don't know how Tumblr works. Here's everything I found in reference to things that she was consuming. Here's everything from Twitter, here's YouTube, and here's Instagram. It's almost all processed junk food like ice cream, Doritos, Burger King, Taco Bell with a caption saying that she loves Taco Bell, Taco Bell again about 2 weeks later, a refrigerator full of donuts, pancakes and mac and cheese, and matzo ball soup that she said in the video was made from a box. The healthiest thing I found eating was this piece of chicken, and making these ragged rolls from 8 years ago. Like most Americans, I don't think Alyssa knows what healthy food is. And during the last Noah Samson drama, I showed that he eats like crap, so he doesn't know he's healthy food. Both of you can start learning by reading
They didn't even bother to like
this is how Noah's ego, where he injects himself into a state he's not that knowledgeable in, breaks a bunch of stuff, and leaves everyone with a mess of misinformation. So you have that Noah who doesn't know what he's talking about. Then you have moments with willfully ignorant Noah, like this one. I want to talk about how he spent what must have been hours digging around her social media accounts to find photos of her eating junk food and of her body at a time when she weighed less in order to accuse her of lying about her diet. Noah, you have to know that this doesn't take hours to do. Well, maybe he doesn't know because he's bad at research. But let me show you how fast you can find these pictures. Okay, I just showed it. Oh yes, I'm going to scroll down to the top of her Instagram.
And then and then you see Wendy's.
And there's this picture.
Great.
And there is that picture. Purple! This took less than a minute. It's not that hard. Alyssa doesn't post that much. Literally watching the shortest video of the rest of the longest to do this picture or Instagram. Speaking of, that's where the McDonald's picture comes from. I found it by watching a ton of her videos, which is what I do for every reaction, and it's what every scripted content should do. Even finding all the jumpsuit pictures, screenshotting them, and organizing them took less than 30 minutes. But what are we, taking research now? If I'm trying to figure out what a creator is it wrong for me to look at more than just their YouTube channel? This is standard procedure that I do for every video, and most of the time, it leads me to a more charitable opinion of the person I'm reacting to. But Noah thinking it's excessive to spend less than an hour checking people's other platforms is just a self-report on how little research he does for his videos. So this is the Noah that I'm familiar with. Noah is like Brian Hassan. He's the same one except with a lot less.
How long do you think
but he
he's
makes
gonna
mistakes that are obviously indicative of someone who doesn't know what he's doing. And much like Hassan, he will often take advantage of people's lack of knowledge of the subject of video creation to make viewers think that it takes 10 hours to see a little bit on someone's public Instagram account. So I have a very difficult time telling that Noah is simply not good at this, or he's being malicious. Quite a lot of his videos seem malicious, particularly around his discussion of doxing and harassment. And what I mean by that is that he knows that I didn't say anything out of line, breaking rules, encourage harassment, encourage doxing, or intentionally design a narrative that would lead to doxing. So he has to rely on to accuse me of those things. It's mostly the words of the most unhinged people that he can find.
Right after Sean posted his response, the comment section on Illy's video went through some changes. It was flooded with hate comments, threats, insults, inflammatory accusations.
Yeah, I didn't say any of those things. Other people did. By the way, I love how Noah messes up the timeline so you can tell people that my viewers will threaten people every time I make a video. First off, I don't know how Noah would know what those initial comments said because Alyssa deleted all of them. So all these comments he's using are from after the second video was released. Now I don't condone these comments, but you can understand why some people might be a little extra mad and why some of the comments might be meaner after a creator tried to sell platform.
Oh,
If you don't like
that's
these comments, it's perfectly fine to block them or pause your comment section for a bit. So no, viewers are just threatening people every time I criticize someone Noah suggested. Also, none of the YouTube comments he showed contained actual threats. This one was messed up and a little bit better than it wasn't said, but it's not a threat. So that statement from him saying that my first video caused her to get threatened is completely untrue. And what Noah is leaving out is that amongst those mean comments, there was also a lot of constructive criticism on Alyssa's video. Like I said, Alyssa deleted all the initial comments that went against her, which I do believe is within her right. However, unfortunately, somebody archived many of the ones getting constructive criticism or positive stories about how they fixed the help. So here are some of the comments that weren't written by assholes. And there were a ton of comments like these. To frame it as if all the comments were name-calling is very dishonest. Here's a comment telling people to not harass Alyssa, followed by a comment agreeing with him. But it adds just a little bit more important context to the situation. They point out, hey, these things here that Noah put in his video, I didn't say them. I actively disagree with these things. And using these comments to suggest that I said or believe these things is a really backhanded and messed up tactic from Noah. And by the way, to be clear, Noah doesn't just use this tactic once. He does this comment throughout the entire video to make his audience believe stuff that I did not say. Speaking of taking people out of context, a lot of those videos relies on the assumption that he maliciously took Alyssa out of context to frame her more negatively. In fact, his entire argument is based on that assumption. We'll get to those moments, but since we're talking about harassment, taking people out of context, and how Noah makes a pretty stringent effort to do every bad thing that he accuses his opponents of, let's talk about how you cut important context from my video and clipped it in a way that makes it look like I'm kind of in favor of harassment.
On the internet, things like doxing and harassment are often treated as a natural law. Mean comments are inevitable, even if you ask people not to, they'll still leave them. If people are going to take things too far, like doxing, then there's not much you can really do to stop it. This seems to be Sean's perspective on the matter.
This comment for gaming behavior appears to just be a rapid feature that creators can control. So really, it's on YouTube to make an interface change that addresses this problem.
The only real exemption from this excuse seems to be when a creator directly asks their audience to harass or dox them.
Is that the secret door? I see that's the secret door!
Was defending comment for gaming. What's missing from that context was about a 1-minute rant about how it's wrong people to leave mean comments on other channels. He's saying it was okay for Alyssa to remove the ability to comment to prevent harassment, and me giving an incredibly simple change that YouTube can make right away that would heavily limit mean comments. Clearly I'm against it, and I'm trying to discourage people from doing it. Why didn't Noah show or mention this? Now it is okay to cut nuance from someone else's video. Sometimes you have to do that because leaving the nuance in disrupts the timing or the pacing of the video. Particularly if someone takes 5 minutes to explain it, it should take 10 seconds. So I don't mind if people cut context. But if there is important context and you cut them and also your audience's opinion of the thing that you're reacting to, and you don't say something like, yeah, cut this out, I just want to let you know that you spent over a minute discouraging harassment, then that's bad faith. And I'm saying that Noah is acting in bad faith because he didn't do that. Instead, he cut that clip and spends the whole video basically arguing that I cultivated a super toxic audience of angry incels, and these mean comments are something that's unique to my channel. This is despite the fact that in the past, Noah himself has encouraged comment brigade against another YouTuber who goes by Sanderhall.
It's a whole video. You can watch the whole thing. Also, if you do go there, don't say anything mean. Please just comment Squid Gang with 6 G's.
Good times. Don't need just dog whistles to other Noah followers. And I know that Noah considers this harassment because he clipped people saying that they watch diesel patches and Pegasus as examples of comments that were harassment. But a lot of Noah's argument banks on people not understanding how the internet works. Because as I said in the video about mass lagging, mean comments are something that happens anytime someone criticizes something. For example, anytime Noah reacts to a video of mine, I get a bunch of mean and negative comments from his audience like these. Since Noah has made it very clear in his video that he's keen on reading all the comments on my videos, surely he's seen at least some of these, right? Noah, for the sake of moral consistency, will you know admit that you're at least partially responsible for harassment and your videos on me cause me to get harassed by your audience? Oh wait, but just to make it crystal clear, no matter what a creator does, a small group of assholes will always be mean to whatever or whoever is being criticized. Here's Charlie White, always critical, one of the nicest people on YouTube, saying that people in his audience still brigade comment sections against his wishes.
I don't know how much more clear I can be when I say I can't stand it when people harass or insult someone or some community in any video joking about. My video is mainly for entertaining purposes. I never ever want anyone going other ways to harass and stuff that whatever feels about. I actively discourage that.
What did she say?
There's still some people that are so hateful towards whatever is joking about the other way and harass them. I don't get it.
Mario Kart,
Yeah,
it's
you
the
how does
scene
this
they're doing it now. They're going Mario Kart.
It's not always trying to know cuts context to make it look worse than I am. Here's another example.
I want to talk about how Sean spends a bit on his video insulting Lily's appearance and the guys are giving her tips on how to be more attractive.
She'd easily be considered attractive by most people if she just stopped wearing grandma glasses, takes better clothes, learn how to style her face, and hopefully
I don't know if that was like
and watch the makeup tutorial. Yeah, except Noah cut the part that came immediately before that statement where I said she had good natural features. So let's add that back in. Here it is. Alyssa talks down about her appearance a lot in her videos. This is despite having decent features like strawberry blonde hair, blue eyes, and vibrant skin. She could easily be considered attractive by most people. So it's a little weird that Noah is quick to accuse people of taking things out of context. But he removes very important context, so he can tell people that it has a nefarious plan to use shady tactics and cause to harass Alyssa and call her ugly. Even though I openly say that people reading the comments and commented her appearance in 3 different videos. Like it's really weird that he would spend so much time in his video accusing me of being malicious and taking things out of context, and then remove context from his video that makes me look less malicious. Alright, let's get into the accusations. So So we already have a part where Noah accuses Neil of maliciously taking things out of context. He does that a bunch of times, and I'll get to the other ones later. But first, let's get to the main accusation, which is that I caused Alyssa or illymation to get doxed. Now, apparently Noah likes to use compilation superclips. So here's a compilation of some of the times that he said I was responsible for the doxing.
There's a more pressing issue at hand, which is that Sean's videos cause a doxing. Okay, so the second idea that Sean fabricates in his videos is that Illy tried to take the platform. This idea drove the second, more serious wave of harassment, which is what led to Illy's doxing. Sean and the doxers don't just happen to hold the same opinions in some way. He's the reason they hold them. Whatever his intent might have been, she's being harassed, she was doxed, these things would not have happened if it weren't for what he did. So good if he acknowledged the situation, so that hopefully his future videos don't lead to their targets getting doxed again.
So I actually counted 10 different instances of Noah saying that I caused the doxing. Now, when I see Noah saying things like that, I think, well, obviously this thing before you think that I got was doxed. But wait, technically Noah said that I didn't want the doxing to happen.
Do I think that Sean made this video with the intent of getting doxed? No, I don't. He's well aware of the video is causing doxing. He's never looked at his channel.
Kind of like how Noah picks up the sociopath series before I would call something a dox. No, it's not because I can empathize with how scary it is to have threatening you and saying that they know where you live. It's because we'll look back at my channel. The irony of Noah not seeing how much of a rejection that is. Anyway, I like how his entire argument was. I'm not accusing Sean of outwardly telling his fans to dox people. All I'm saying is that he crafted a master plan to fabricate misinformation about somebody to subconsciously inspire viewers to dox and threaten people he doesn't like. Yeah, because that accusation totally doesn't make me look much more evil than somebody who openly calls for doxing. Really though, after seeing this video, this all sounds like a massive projection, and it sounds like Noah is saying that he would hide his true intentions and spread misinformation to subconsciously manipulate his audience. To further clarify his standpoints, Noah released a follow-up video where he mostly just digs himself into a deeper hole and states that he did not accuse me of doxing.
Commenters and creators alike are repeating this throughout the web, saying that I accused him of doxing. None of them are showing proof or giving timestamps evidence because they can't, because those are existing as this didn't happen.
Yes, he did, and it wasn't a subtle thing either. He did it a lot in the video. Some semantic nuance of the definition of the word accused. It's not going to change the fact that this is essentially what you were doing, and it's how viewers are going to perceive it. In fact, he did it again at the end of this video too.
Tom then summarizes my messages to Sean.
Even though you don't even sell the shit anymore.
So he adds that following word, which is a more accurate summary of the claims, because it includes the caveat that I'm not saying Sean is responsible for innocence, when that necessitates some kind of punishment. When he responds though, Sean ignores that qualifier.
Yeah, he basically said that any sex rape video times I'm responsible for it, so I don't think that even the backpack gaslight on said, oh no, I don't actually believe that one. So the
This is exactly why I did not use that word, responsible. Because while yes, I do think Sean is responsible, absolutely. If I said so, if I used that word, they would have immediately taken that as me saying you should be the platform.
So you're saying that you lied because you were afraid of a counter-argument I would make, but you do believe I'm responsible? Gee, misrepresenting your beliefs sounds a lot like something an honest person would do.
Even though I never claimed that he broke the rules, never called for his platform, never argued for his idiot removal, and never even
I feel like
Yes, I'm strange to around this and not take a side, even though you clearly have a bias and literally everyone else took a side. It sounds like you do think Alyssa mass-lying on my channel is justified, but you won't say it because it would be unpopular. I guess that's just my opinion, but we haven't even gone over the most direct way that Noah accuses me of doxing. He flat out titled his video, Think Before You Dox, which immediately gives off the impression that I doxed somebody. Oh, but wait, Noah's got an explanation for that one too. Sean here also claims that my video's title is basically a doxing accusation. Maybe I don't have to explain this one, but just in case. Think Before You Dox is a play on words about the fact that she got doxed and the fact that Sean's channel was a part of that process. This title does not specify action or intent. Really? The person who is basically making the argument that your intent doesn't matter, and how your audience perceives the message is all that does, is saying, well, I didn't intend the audience to perceive this how it has. Noah, do you see how stupid your whole argument of saying that I'm responsible for the doxing is? By your logic against me, it doesn't matter what your intent was. You are directly responsible for fostering a belief in people that I doxed Alyssa. So if you're going to say that I'm responsible for the actions of some of his people, which I'm not, then you're responsible for spreading misinformation with that title and making people think I doxed somebody. Noah's follow-up video is so full of sophistry that there should be a picture of it under the word in the dictionary. He banks his entire argument on the semantic nuances of morals and ethics, which is something that nobody in the general audience is going to understand.
When people ask, is Sean responsible for these people's actions, that question can be answered in two different ways, from a moral perspective and then from an ethical perspective.
Jim, come on, I don't need a lecture on ethics. I'm not talking about ethics, I'm talking about morals.
And now,
I love how there's an entire bit in the movie making
now,
fun of stupidity,
what's he gonna do?
Even Destiny is puzzled by this tactic.
Guys, I don't know, I you feel like studying philosophy, I don't make any differences in distinction between ethics and morals. It's such a weird distinction. I don't know if you, I have no idea what he's
I'm sure with a little thinking, Destiny can figure out why Noah might want to use logical loopholes to justify what he did. But really, Noah, as a YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you didn't know that a large portion of people, if not almost everybody, would assume that I doxed Alyssa after reading that title. Are we actually going there? Are you going to play dumb with judging by your video titles and thumbnails? You obviously are clickbait and attractive attention based on how audience will perceive your video at a first glance. This faint ignorance that you're doing is not believable to anyone's brain. But okay, let's play along. How are people perceiving this? Well, I found an example from a YouTuber named Gokunaru, who doesn't really know who I am. This video Noah made was his first exposure to the illymation drama. Let's hear how he perceived that title.
I'm actually going to do one thing before you see. The title is Think Before You Dox, right? And I read that title, and that's why I watched the video. I was like, yeah, Mr. Think Before You See Dox.
And that's why I'm saying, that's my video. That's not what happened.
Yeah, I would have come to that conclusion. And it's not just Gokunaru and Turkey Tom saying this. A number of people who watched that video strangely had the perception that I doxed Alyssa. Where would they get that idea?
Obviously, if you see that fucking title, you're gonna think
Before You Dox. Yeah,
you got her running with knives on shining on her.
Now all of this is really funny to me because Noah will do all this hyper-analytical shit about how he's a smart one, who is media literate like that cool nerdy anime guy who pushes up his glasses right before he's about to explain the plot. But then he'll go, duh, I didn't know that this title would cause people to think that you doxed Alyssa. That wasn't my intention. I'm not ethically responsible for this. How is it that Noah can be so intelligent in an area that benefits him, but be so stupid when it doesn't? Remember, he bragged about how he was so good at analyzing media because he knew how people are supposed to interpret this image, and then he told me to go take a media literacy course.
Please, I beg of you, go take a media literacy course. Oh my god.
Okay, fine. Since everyone learns everything on YouTube these days, let's just Google it, and here's what I found.
In this series, we'll be using the definition of media literacy that's used by the National Association of Media Literacy Educators, and it describes media literacy as the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all forms of communication. The message the creator wants response to send is written in a code of sorts using a host of pre-understood meanings, symbols, and definitions that they think or hope the recipient will understand. But the recipient, that's you, has their own mental dictionary full of meanings, symbols, and definitions. When someone interprets a message, they decode it by applying their knowledge and experience to decipher it.
Normally, I would just call that neurolinguistic programming and not encoding and decoding, but whatever. They also use this definition, and considering that Noah touted how good he is at media literacy in this video, I can imagine that somebody as intelligent as him would be able to accurately predict how audiences would decode this title. So Noah, when you say, that's not what I intended, understand why I think you're full of shit. Now, like I said, during this video, Noah does give some sort of nuance to his case of how him accusing me of doxing is not him accusing me of doxing, in a way that nobody who didn't waste their money on a communications degree or a philosophy degree is going to understand. You guys can watch the video for yourself and see if you can explain the reasoning better. But basically, I think he's saying that I'm responsible for the doxing because I made some videos, and people who claim to watch those videos dox her.
Again, I think I should understand something. Just the view. I need a lot of responsibility over your audience. But like, it's not even his audience, it's whole channel. This is like people attacking me on my audience, like where? And they'll show me like crazy people on Twitter. It's like I can't monitor. I mean, people in my comment section don't say this. People in my chat don't say this. People in any of my chats or any of my Discord don't say this. Like, I can help random people on Twitter. Just like I can help random crazy people.
I get it.
Why the fuck would I be helping that audience? The fact they can only show comments from there, I think severely undermines the culpability supposedly that this guy has. Because if it's his video, like pushing people that far, well, shouldn't the comments be reflected in his own audience?
Well said. I will also note that this happened after like 100 different YouTubers reacted to the illymation drama, so Noah really has no evidence that these people are actual regular viewers of my channel, or if they heard about it from someone covering the drama who was less terrible. But okay, let's follow this logic again. Now, I noticed that something was missing from Noah's follow-up video when he read my tweet. This part here. The part where I said that after he released his video, I started receiving threats. Strange that he didn't talk about this during his video, when the whole point of this video chain is to talk about how bad harassment and threats are. I'm being harassed and I'm being threatened, yet Noah is silent. By the way, Noah makes this kind of content that he's criticizing people all the time. He doesn't do it in a nice way. He vilifies his opponent in every video I watch, and he's wrong a lot, so I don't know how he has the audacity to pretend he has the moral high ground. He does the same shit, but with far less accuracy and shareability. I've gotten commented every time I hear a video. Now, the bigger question is why is this stuff being focused on instead of the people who are actually guilty of the doxing? Anyway, Alyssa proceeded to cross the line and try to get my video flag down, which could have easily resulted in deplatforming because YouTube is very inconsistent with their rules. And even after that, after she came after my source a bit because she can handle criticism that is way lighter than the people she brags about being friends with. After that, I openly said that it was wrong that she got doxed. Unlike Noah, who was a coward for not taking a stance on anything. I think what Alyssa did was very wrong, and I do not like her as a person. But I also think that doxing is objectively worse than what Alyssa did to me, and I hope she's okay. I mean, I really don't like Noah, but if Noah got doxed or if Noah got threatened, I'd be openly against that too. But Noah is so sociopathic that he can't even pause for a second in his follow-up video to say that an opponent being threatened is wrong. It's really all just about winning to him, and it seems to me like doxing and threats are okay to Noah, as long as they're against the right people. Noah, you know I was threatened. My tweet saying it was in your video. As Mr. Audience Responsibility, should there be at least some sort of police to your followers to not threaten people? Well, maybe not, because I'm old enough to remember that Noah Sampson liked a death threat against Bosch after he lost a debate to him. So since we're talking about ethics or morals or word semantics or whatever, is this person who is threatening me your fault, Noah? Did you not make a hit piece on me that vilified me and directly inspired this comment? Is this person here telling me to end my life your fault? Well, no, it's not, because these people are unhinged, and Noah didn't call for doxing or find some roundabout way to endorse it. So accusing Noah of being responsible for what these people chose to do is stupid. Just like it's stupid for him to claim that I'm responsible for Alyssa's dox. Obviously he believes all this is dumb, because if he didn't believe it, he would have apologized for how he framed me in that video, and would have shown sympathy after he read about me getting threats. So quit the bullshit, Noah. How many instances do I have to show of you not following your own standards? Remember guys, he still has never admitted to his audience that he didn't read those studies from the Dove video, after he explicitly made fun of me for being lazy and saying I was bad at research, but the fact of the matter is that he's so allergic to investigative work that even if it takes hours to scroll down the social media feed of someone who barely posts, if he actually fact-checked things, then he wouldn't have made a claim that was so wildly off from reality. So how many false accusations are we at? I've been accused of secretly pushing my audience to harass people, I've been accused of doxing, and now Noah is accusing me of being anti-Semitic.
The comment section on this video went through some changes. It was flooded with hate comments, threats, insults, inflammatory accusations. Also a lot of anti-Semitism, so that's kind of weird.
Weird, because I could have sworn that those were other people's words, not mine. So why is he using this to make people believe that I share these ideas? Where have I said anti-Semitic things are encouraged anti-Semitism? So that's false accusation number 3, and here's the next one.
One of the main concluding points of Sean's video is that Illy's advice is going to kill people by causing them to eat themselves into an grave.
You know what's great about this advice? Because you conflated being overweight with extreme obesity, so you can say that both are healthy. What's going to happen is that people who watch this video that are 300 pounds are going to say, see, Alyssa is fine with being overweight, I don't have to change either. And then they'll eat themselves into an early grave.
You know that it's not just it might happen. He said that it's going to happen. So it's sort of direct accusation there, so we're clear about that. Now, that's a pretty serious accusation, right? The severity of these accusations is then compounded by his immediate reminder to viewers that her audience is probably full of children. The implication here is that Illy's video may end up directly harming or possibly killing children if we hold him to all the assertions he's made here. That's what the video is telling us.
Wow, I have never seen such a stretch before. You're arguing something I'm obviously not saying. You watched the video, right? Clearly I'm not saying that children are going to die from this. What child is 300 pounds? That was my wording there. Even if they are, that's almost certainly not going to cause them to die until they're much older, like at least 30, and only if they're big enough to be on an episode of My 600 Pound Life. And the interesting thing about that is that I actually gave nuance to this situation that lets people know that I'm not saying that kids are going to die from this in an argument that I made about a minute before that moment that Noah is responding to. I should have put them on record saying that morbid obesity turns your life, and obviously when I say early grade, I'm talking about people in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Not I don't know how someone could miss that, unless they're actively trying to misconstrue every argument with at least their interpretation. However, the purpose of bringing up children was to point out that Alyssa models bad behaviors that will set them up poorly for adulthood. Not that a child will die due to breast pizza. That's highly unlikely.
Starting bad diet habits when you're a kid, you would never say that. I read something that like only 2% of people that hit the obesity line ever make it back to normal. Like 2%. It's really hard to start with really bad eating habits as a kid and then to make it back when you're an adult.
Thanks, Destiny. That essentially was my argument. Outside of that, being morbidly obese will absolutely shorten your life, and that is not a fabrication like Noah said. That's science. So accusing me of saying that what Alyssa is doing will cause children to die is Noah's fourth false accusation. Here's number 5.
He also claims that because of the sequence, the message of the video is that she grosses drug abuse.
Somebody criticizing a lot of malicious and drug trolling. When the ending message of your video is effectively, if you can't stop doing drugs, then drugs are bad, and you should take whatever drugs you want and as many drugs you want.
This was yet another inflammatory statement that was mainlined to the beautiful working brains of the people harassing her.
Why did you just sell me drugs?
Next video, person popping pills.
Should I be celebrating my lifestyle choices? Gather round and cheer me on 175 days a week. I'm an alcoholic. Accept it.
That was a metaphor for comparison, Noah. It's to point out how ridiculous the mainstream fat acceptance narrative is. I'm not literally saying that she's telling people to go do drugs, and neither are those commenters. They are poking fun at the acceptance of unhealthy behaviors, because it's completely okay to stigmatize similarly unhealthy behaviors, like smoking or drinking, but you can't stigmatize overeating. Last but not least, Noah accuses me of intentionally crafting a narrative to try to get someone to end Alyssa's life.
This comment is from the doxing thread. They stated they were going to visit her in California. They said they wanted her dead. bed, and at that point they knew where she lived. Thankfully, Ellie was able to move before anything violent happened, but if this was, for example, an action, Sean's video very well could have been what pushed them over the edge.
You've got to be kidding me. He did not just say that. So if someone turns a bunch of people and shouts, I love Bernie Sanders 5 times, is Bernie Sanders responsible for what that guy did? Or let's bring it back to YouTubers. If H. Bomber Guy makes a video exposing James Somerton being presented, is H. Bomber Guy responsible if James ends his life? No, obviously not. These people are adults and they can make their own decisions. Are we supposed to never criticize people because something went right? This legal logic is crazy. To Noah, apparently me saying Alyssa promoting the mindset that will encourage obesity is wrong because obesity causes health problems is me saying that she should have her life ended because she promotes ideas that I don't like. Who said that? Anyone who's not Noah Samson's radical Lexus echo chamber would reasonably conclude something like, Sean said she's encouraging behaviors and ideas that lead to obesity. Maybe what should happen is that she should stop doing that. And I say radical leftist because remember that drama that Noah being too launched? Well, a major reason for that drama was because Noah was defending a racist woman named Professor Flowers who believed that white people should be finally removed from their home, possibly genocide if they refuse to move out of colonized lands. So she can get what she's applying for issues that these white people took no part in. I don't use the term radical leftist lightly, and I mean it when I say it, but this whole accusing someone of violent extremism for Noah, despite him going out of his way to defend a violent extremist, is not a one-off event for Noah. Look at what he accused of Noah.
Different than the other Halloween videos.
Like his VA or LGBT, because that's sort of what it was sounding like for a little bit. Yet the title remains. Psycho TikTok mom accidentally gets exposed. It's honestly framing content in this way is playing into the whole gay agenda and LGBTQ. One that is stoked by demonic accounts like Lives of TikTok and then echoed by useful idiots like Cheeto. It has led to literal hate crimes. Just yesterday, another doctor was called into the Boston Children's Hospital all over a false story, not unlike this one, being spread by the media pipeline. Is this what you're calling critical thinking now? Because I disagree.
How do we go from maybe a Cheeto should have chosen a different title to a Cheeto was responsible for a bomb threat? Noah is known for mischaracterizing people, doing terrible research, and making outlandish accusations like this, which is why he has a habit of losing every major drama he gets into. Now that I've covered some of the bigger stuff here, let's rewind a little bit and move back to what actually started the illymation drama, which was that I did a video that Alyssa didn't like, and instead of ignoring it or responding to it like any other creator would do, she decided to go to her audience and have them flag the video. Noah spends quite a bit of time in his video defending her for doing this.
Okay, so the second idea that Sean fabricates in his videos is that Illy tried to deplatform him. So is this what actually happened? Well, why don't you take a look at the evidence? As I mentioned in the intro, there's only one piece of evidence that Sean has presented for every accusation he's made here, and that's Illy's Tumblr post, specifically his last line, which reads, if you or anyone else comes across this video, please don't wait for cyber.
Do I need more than one piece of evidence for this? This was intended if you did. I mean, the sniper walked off with test film. Does it not count because people only saw her video on Instagram? Why would I need more than the Tumblr post? Well, fortunately, because Noah asked, I actually do have more evidence of her asking people to flag me. Thanks to her good old friend Dylan. Dylan, who, by the way, after the doxing happened, I advised to stop calling on Twitter about the drama because it was making things worse for Alyssa by sitting Alyssa to dox. Well, he responded to that request by completely throwing Alyssa under the bus to help clear his name from the accusation that he caused Alyssa to want to be platforming. So thanks to Dylan, not only do we have Alyssa's Tumblr post, but we now have her lying to her Discord friends, saying that I sent my fans to harass her, and we have her telling to report the video several days before the Tumblr post. So let's look at this a little closer. Here we can see a bunch of her friends reporting the video, and just saying he's going to watch the video at the bottom. And this message here kind of looks like a threat. Legally it's not, but based on Noah's definition, this would be a threat. Alyssa responds with a thank you and a cat emoji. Also, thanks to Dylan, you can see the date and time that this all occurred, which was February 29th at 12:54 a.m. Now I don't remember what time I uploaded this video, so I plugged it into a YouTube metadata website, and adjusting for Alyssa's time zone, it says I uploaded it on February 28th at 3:13 p.m. Now we still don't know if she actually watched the video based on these messages, but this is all interesting to me because we were initially led to believe that Alyssa waited until March 3rd to call for the mass flagging on her Tumblr page. But these messages show that she didn't even wait half a day to think that this was an appropriate thing to do. Her immediate reaction was to not watch the video, assume that I called for a hate mob against her without any context of what was in the video because no one had watched it at this point. And finally, she called on her friends to mass flag the video 9 hours after it was uploaded. And this is being super charitable and assuming that she was informed about this immediately on upload. What is actually more likely to have happened is that she was informed about this a lot closer to 12 a.m. than the time of the upload, and called for the mass flagging shortly after, followed by her giving her proposal of friends time saying that I should keep myself safe. Now I understand that she got doxxed, and I do maintain that was heavily messed up and she did not deserve that. But is this a poor innocent victim that no one is portraying her as? A person who gets a fake block of one comments that every YouTuber gets and immediately goes towards her. Keep in mind that before Alyssa decided to send a pitchfork flag after me, she did not watch the video, nor did she read the rules to see if it was actually a violation of the cyberbullying policy on YouTube. To which, by the way, if you watch the video on 2x speed, both of these things can be done in about 25 minutes. It's not that much work. But isn't this the exact kind of misinformation behavior that Noah is saying is wrong? Did he not basically accuse Cheeto of being responsible for things like bomb threats over less? Now, a lot of Noah's argument hinges on calling me a whiny baby because I said that Alyssa asked people with her 2.5 million person following to flag my channel. He basically says, boo-hoo, it only happened on her Tumblr, which only has about 2,000 followers. Well, anyone who has spoken against Polycon knows that it doesn't take that many people to maliciously flag every single post on your Twitter account. It takes maybe like 10 weirdos on Discord and a bunch of all accounts to do it that way. Second, I don't know who's in Alyssa's Discord or who she's group chatting about this. I don't know if it's another one of her creator friends like Andy Richu or Song or Alpharad. If one of those huge creators makes a video on this situation and decides to mass flagging like Dylan did, then my channel could be screwed. Moving on, Noah spent some time teaching his audience about how the YouTube system works.
Now, viewers that are paying attention right now may notice that this post doesn't say anything about deplatforming. This post asks her followers to report the video. Reporting and deplatforming are not the same thing. Just because a report can lead to a deplatforming does not make these terms interchangeable.
I swear, if no one makes me facepalm any more stupid arguments, I'm going to get brain damage. So he makes a bunch of baseless claims saying I'm responsible for doxing because I made a video defending myself against the mass flagging, where else ashamed harassment behavior, yet one of his friends making a direct call to action to do something that can easily lead to a deplatforming. It's not a deplatforming attempt. It only counts as a deplatforming attempt if she says the word deplatforming. Just say you have no morals, Noah. This is all about what team someone is on. But please, explain to us why this could not possibly lead to a deplatforming.
To understand why that is, let's take a minute to walk through how the deplatforming process actually works. In order for a YouTube channel to be terminated, it has to receive 3 channel strikes. Channel strikes are usually issued when the video is reported without report is reviewed, and reviewers determine if the video is violating YouTube community guidelines. I say usually because there's quite a few other things that can happen. If, for example, it's your channel's first time violating the guidelines, you'll most likely get let off with a warning. This warning can be dismissed after 90 days by taking a policy training. If a warning is issued, it can be appealed. An appeal is when you argue your case that the video has been flagged by mistake. If the appeal is granted, the warning is removed from your eligibility to receive the warning under next violation will be reset. There's a few other things to go over here. Just like a warnings, channel strikes can also be appealed. Were he to receive a strike, John would again have the opportunity to argue his case for why he thinks the review is wrong. If the appeal he submitted were to be granted, his video would go back up and the strike would be removed from his channel. The important thing here, though, is that even if he had issued a warning, appealed the warning, lost the appeal, then received the strike, and appealed that strike and lost that appeal, finally actually getting the strike, that's still not deplatforming. That's step 1 to deplatforming.
Now this is crazy. He thinks that YouTube actually enforces its rules.
What have you done to
No, you don't. That's why addressed that before, right? Have you paid any attention to what's been going on with YouTube over the past 8 years? YouTube is well known for being inconsistent with its enforcement policy, or giving you strikes for ridiculous things. For example, Markiplier and Voice Vertical were famously given a strike for a video of a bunch of mascots doing a fake play fight as a comedy bit. YouTube flagged that video as showing extreme violence, doubled down by awarding the strike on its appeal, and only removed that strike after a huge drama was created over it.
I don't really care about the video itself getting taken down. What I do care about is YouTube's uneven application of their own rules. There's clearly an issue with improper application, or at least uneven application of YouTube's community guidelines.
YouTube also regularly does not follow the 3 strike rule, and has deleted channels that have no strikes on them, like I Hate Everything because he destroyed a DVD, or they'll delete your channel with no strikes if you have the wrong political belief. Noah also mentions Leaky in this video, which is funny because Leaky was famously banned with no strikes. Now let me be clear, I do not like Leaky. I think he's a drug addict and a horrible person who got rich off of making fun of children and mentally disabled people. That being said, according to The Verge, YouTube had been implementing some policy changes because of the fight between Steven Crowder and champagne socialist multi-millionaire trust fund kid Carlos Maza. This was the fight that resulted in the apocalypse, and YouTube's policy changes resulted in 2 of Leaky's videos getting struck in 2020. One of them was on H3H3, and the other was on iAlice. I don't have the H3H3 video, but I found the iAlice one, and there was no way that it qualified as harassment. This was the worst thing that Leaky said about Alice.
Honestly, I don't like anything about you. I don't like your face. I don't like your videos. I don't like your dress. I don't like your talk. I don't like anything about you. And even if you cure cancer, I still do anything. I'm like, there's something about you I just don't like.
Again, I don't like Leaky, but this take from him on Alice ended up being incredibly accurate, nonetheless of this recent drama between Alice and his ex. Anyway, The Verge, and its historically inaccurate reporting, let down the fact that the strikes that Leaky received were removed after he complained on Twitter. Fortunately, here's iAlice clearing that up.
The video that he did only got struck down.
Oh,
That's right. He was
Then look back up, so show
I just put it back up. So like, he did get warnings, and YouTube went, hey, here's some warnings, and they put the videos up. So I don't understand that, because H3H video struck in as well. If the strikes that were on the key guidelines for the video made in the one. They understood.
So after all this, Leaky made a bunch of videos on cocaine, and YouTube, instead of removing the videos and giving him a single strike for the entire incident, which allowed Leaky to check correct behavior, they struck all the videos at once and deleted his channel.
Even if you absolutely hate everything about him, you still shouldn't be happy that he got banned this way, because to my understanding, he had 0 strikes on his account before he was completely just fucking eradicated from existence. And if they had to do a 5 million subscriber channel, they didn't have to do any channel. Now, I do understand YouTube has a rule on harassment, you can argue with that rule, so that should have been a strike. But I don't think it should have been a strike for each instance of potential rule break. It should have been 1 strike for that entire thing, and maybe get warning like, look, this is harassment, you're gonna get one going. Hit the brakes a little bit. You see this harassment here, a recurring theme in late night posts is insulting Donald Trump. Couldn't you make that same argument that they target Donald Trump just the same way Leaky did for Pokemon? They got a lot more than just 12 seconds shitting on him. The fact that YouTube took action this quickly without warning is a scary thing to see going forward, because maybe the definition of harassment starts to get a little more vague, a little more blurred. You don't really know what starts to classify as harassment or targeted threats or bullying or whatever.
Yeah, even if you don't like Leaky, this should kind of terrify you as a creator. Not that Noah would actually have to know about these events, because in Noah's own video, he posted a page on screen that says, YouTube may remove your channel with no prior strikes if they met in serious enough. Now, he covers a monkey over it, which makes it hard to see. But what qualifies as serious enough or predatory behavior? Well, they didn't define it, so it could be anything.
If what you're saying is true, then why are we whining about it? John has nothing to worry about. The review will come up negative. If it doesn't, then he can appeal. If he didn't break the rules, then he'll win that appeal.
See guys, it's not that bad. If he didn't break any rules, then he can just appeal it, and YouTube will realize their mistake and reinstate the video. Geez, thanks. I'm sorry, sir, that someone reported you for a crime that you didn't commit and you have to spend months being investigated in a standing trial. But don't worry, if you aren't guilty, then you have nothing to worry about. Isn't that the same line of thinking that the government uses to violate the 4th Amendment by mass surveilling people? If you aren't a terrorist, then it shouldn't bother you that we use the Patriot Act to tap all your phones. I guess I wasn't around for the Bush era. So imagine if I did this to Alyssa. Imagine if I said, oh come on.